Good morning, everybody. Okay, so what this video is about, excuse me, is I want to go over a prior assignment number 50. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google Classroom. I'm going to go to number 50, wrap up, and I'm going to open up this assignment, okay? So when I was doing this assignment, I was thinking, how could I make sure that everybody understands the different type of sensors that we have and how to use the microcontroller. And so what I did is I presented you with this Google slide. Now, on this Google slide, what you see is you will see something like this. So here I have the type of a sensor it is. I have a picture. Most of the time I have something for you to do with it. And then I have code, okay? So let's go up here to this one. All right, so if we're up here to this one with this optical encoder, okay? At the very top, it's going to tell you to do something. So it says, observe the optical encoder sensor. View the values shown on the quad label. Change the optical encoder environment and observe the changes of the quad value. Rotate the optical encoder. Note that if there no CW or CW physically stop, therefore I can turn identifying in either direction and record your observations in your engineering book. Well, what we're going to do here is over here is where you would do that. The first thing I want you to do is you're going to have to change this font to be smaller because there's a lot of information that we would need to have on here. Now, what do I need to have on here? So let's go, and I'm starting to do one now. And so in the first slide, or better yet, the second, says in this document, I would like in the text box, a list of the setup on Robot C. What did you put in analog, digital, and the motor settings? So the first thing that I would want you to do is over here in your comment, like this one here, says, make sure that your bumper switch is digital setting. Start your motor and make sure that it is in the motor setting. Make sure that the pectometer is in the analog setup. So these are things that we would have to do first, okay? So if we were having that, we would want to say bumper switch needs to be in the digital setting, okay? Because that's what needs to happen. Then we have our motor. We'll need to make sure that it's in the motor setting, okay? The pectometer is in the analog setup. And you want to make sure that it is attached and recorded or put in the right spot. Put in right port. And that's going to be in your pragma statement, right? So maybe up here at the top, setup. Okay, there we go. All right, so that would actually, so then we would want to, next, we want to check our pragma statement to make sure that everything is working, right? After that, we would want to run the debugger. Okay, so all that needs to be done first, right? Do you agree? Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to change this, and I'm even going to make it smaller because it's still too big. Okay, so all right, setup, bumper switch, motor, check the pragma statement, run the debugger. Okay, and so then here it says observe the bumper switch sensor. View the values of the bumper switch label. Change the bumper step environment and observe the bumper switch value. And then you can activate the bumper switch with your finger, record in your engineering notebook. So after I ran the debugger, I actually used the bumper switch. And I actually observed it's either going to be 0 or 1. Okay. And tell me when it changes to which one you have. Okay. So then the next thing that you would have, if we look up here, list the setup in Robot C. What is along with the analog, digital, and motor setup? Along with checking Pragma statements and running the debugger. Okay. Debug program. All right, so then the next one says top setup telling you what you found. So here I said run debug program, and then when I ran that thing, I found out the bumper switch was either 0 or 1. The next one says coding part, tell us what the code does. So here it said I went through the debugger and entered the new code. You press the start, and when the bumper switch, it says on for 5 seconds and then stop. So that's what we're doing here, okay? So now that I have everything in here, I can actually go up and I can add it bigger so I can actually see it. And so now everything is great with this first one. Now, the next thing that I would want you to do is I would want you to put your name in here somewhere so I know it's you. Insert text box. I'm going to put it right over here. And I'm going to say Jesse, because Jesse got that one done. So then that way you can get credit for it. Okay. So whichever one that you did, what I would like you to do is I would like you to go back in here and change and say what has happened in here. I also need you to claim your slide. I have people that are here working in the classroom trying to get it done also. And what they're doing is they don't know which slide you did, so we don't know what slide is open. Okay. Now, if we have everybody do one, I do believe that all of ours should be done. So that's my expectation for the day. I hope you have a great day. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, guys. Enjoy.